Ho, 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 and Merry Christmas, everyone. It's GleeCon, and I am here again bringing you another episode of Lore of Warcraft. Merry Christmas Eve. Today we have a little bit of a special, kind of a throwback in a way, but I wish it wasn't just a throwback. A big part of this show is not just the gaming, although when you cover a game franchise like World of Warcraft, of course, most of what you do is going to be within that game universe, and that's what this show has become. But those of you that are longtime fans that have been around for the past few years would know that this show really got its start by us covering all of the print material, because the ancient lore is mostly covered in print, not covered in the game. And there's a lot of different things that we've started and not finished because they kind of weave within the overwhelming, overarching story. And we spent a long time covering classic stuff. So in a way, we're really doing that for a while. But one of the things is Warcraft Legends. This is a manga series. It's a 5-part series. Each book has 3 to 4 stories within it. They are manga. This is the 3rd volume, and it covers something called I Got What You'll Need. So we are right around the point in our natural playthrough as we work our way through Stranglethorn and are coming upon getting ready to do Maraudon. Right around the time Maraudon dropped was about the same time that they had their first in-game holiday, which was Yuletide, or the Christmas, the Feast of All-Father, whatever they want to call it. So we're going to cover those quests in-game over the next couple days as well, just to experience that. And as the year goes on, this will be our final year with Classic, and as we pivot and start heading towards Burning Crusade. And so throughout this year as we play, we're going to wrap up and we're going to do all of the special quests as well. So without further ado, we're going to dip back into Warcraft Legends. We're going to read a little story called I Got What You'll Need, and I'll post it tonight. So hopefully you guys have a little Christmas Eve / Christmas Day experience in the World of Warcraft universe. This is written by the best, the OG, the apex of World of Warcraft writers, Christy Golden. Art is Carlos Olivares. Also, he does the inks and tones with Mark Rueda and Janina Gorasine. The letterer is Michael Paolilli. And as you can see here, we have little goblins. Well, I don't know. I see the ears in the hat, and the Smokywood Pastures I know goes along with it. It looks like they're addressing both, looks like people of the Alliance, but kids and adults alike. Oh, hello there. I'm Woolmort Jingle Pocket. Welcome to another installment of Smokywood Storytime. Exciting tales of adventure brought to you by the good people of Smokywood Pastures. Fresh from our farm to your plate, it's Smokywood Pastures' wholesome goodness. In fact, these look so delicious I have to have a bite myself. That's a Smokywood Pastures taste sensation. Tonight's story is a very special one, I'm sure. All you good girls and boys know that the Feast of Wintervale is right around the corner. So tonight, we at Smokywood Pastures offer you a very Smokywood Wintervale. Booty Bay. You hear, looks like a troll and an orc beating up a goblin. I'm afraid I'm gonna have to dock your pay, Chris. You broke the #1 rule. Actually, the only rule. Never betray a client's confidence. Baron, I had to. He was gonna. You'll never work in this town again. So that's Baron Rebelgaz there in Booty Bay. And you see his mixed force of humans and orcs just tossing his weapons and kicking what I'm guessing is a Booty Bay bruiser out of town. Chris's former boss was right. No one would give Chris a job in Booty Bay, but there were other goblin towns. Gadget Stan, they show him getting kicked out. Mud Sprocket, And stay out. That's in one of the swamp areas. Maybe Swamp of Sorrows? No, I can't remember which one. And Everlook. I got nothing. Yeah, no one does. Funny that. So that's winter, spring. Mudsprocket I thought was one of the whatchamacallit, swamp towns, but I can't quite remember. Hey, Chris, hang on a minute. Woolmort Jingle Pocket, Goblin Resources Director, Smokywood Pastures Incorporated, Ironforge, Cosmodon. It's just seasonal work, but it's something. Of course, the kind-hearted people of Smokywood Pastures hired Chris right away. He was soon selling delicious taste treats to eager children and their families to celebrate the Feast of Winter Veil. For the first couple of weeks of the festival holiday, everything went smoothly. But that doesn't make a good story, does it? And so it came to pass on the final night, Wintervale Eve itself. Something happened that would change Chris's life forever. Whoa, looks like our great Father Winter had a little too much Wintervale cheer. How dry I am. Oh, great. He couldn't have waited a few hours to start celebrating? Just look at that line. So, we got no great Father Winter. What do we do now? Well, there's only one thing we can do. What? And here you see him bedecked as Great Father Winter. For the record, this really stinks. Oh, come on now, Chris. Think how much Wintervale cheer you'll bring to all those good kids. Besides, you're the only one of us big enough to wear the suit. Look at it this way. Count yourself lucky you're an Ironforge. If you were an Orgrimmar, you'd have orcs, trolls, and tauren in your lap instead of dwarves and gnomes. And he's picturing a little baby tauren girl that's bigger than him. Besides, it's just the one night. Yeah, one really, really long night. And I want a steam talk and a spyglass and... So this year, could I please be able to turn into a bear, can I? So what do you want, kid? Nice new dress? A kitten? I just want my daddy to come home. Little baby gnome girl. Precocious. My daddy is a famous engineer. His name is Fritz Fizzlespocket. And I'm Fala. He's been missing for over 2 weeks. Nobody else can help me find him, so I came to ask someone who could grant my Wintervale wish. Great Father Winter, you're the only person who can give me a Wintervale miracle and bring my daddy home. Oh, whoa, kid, hold on. Not really, Great Father. Ahem, Ixnay? Oh, that is, well, little Fala, was it? Well, good old Great Father Winter will do everything he can, as I'm sure you've been a good little girl. Oh, thank you, Great Father Winter. I knew you would help me. That's the reindeer snorting. Don't give me that look, Metzen. I'm not Great Father Winter. And there's nothing I can do for that kid, all right? I'll go file a report or something when we're done tonight, but that's all. I can't get involved. That's the end of it. Metzen does not like that. Finally, late into the night, Chris had spoken with all the children in the line. True to his word to Metzen, he decided to file a report on Professor Fritz Fizzlesprocket before heading to a harder night's sleep. Man, I can't wait to be done here. I hate this city. Tap, tap, tap. What the? Punches out a dwarf. Why, happy Wintervale to you, Great Father Winter. I must say,
I'm surprised they hired a goblin for the job. I would think they would prefer a dwarf. Well, green is a perfectly traditional color for Wintervale. I can do the job just fine. What do you want? I'm sure you can. I just wanted to see if everything was all taken care of for the big day tomorrow. Oh, sure it is. Old Great Father Winter's got everything under control. Whoa, that case here probably got coal in his stocking as a kid. Better humor him. We're all glad to hear that. The tinker is almost done with the special toy. Are the other presents going to be ready for delivery tomorrow morning? Sure. Hey, I'm Great Father Winter, aren't I? All the little kids are going to be happy tomorrow morning. I do my job right. It sure sounds like you do. The special toy will be waiting at the Dunmorag airfield right before midnight. Just like we said. Airfield, huh? Of course, I guess flying reindeer do need a clear landing space. Ha 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 ha! You got a good sense of humor there. We'll look for a visit from Great Father Winter right before midnight. Wow. Certifiable. Man, I hate this job. You meet all kinds of wackos. Is the nice dwarf gonna help you find my daddy? Hey, kid, what do you mean, nice dwarf? That nice dwarf you were just talking to, he knows my daddy. He came to talk to him the night before Daddy disappeared. Do you know him then, too? I just wanted to see if everything was all taken care of for the big day tomorrow. The tinker is almost done with the special toy. Are the other presents going to be ready for delivery tomorrow morning? The special toy will be waiting at the Dunmorag airfield right before midnight. Just like we said. No. Oh, no. Kid, fella, your dad's an engineer, right? A tinker? I guess you could say that. He made me bolts for my birthday. And you're sure that the dwarf your dad was talking to right before he went missing? Mm-hmm. I overheard them talking. Something about a job Daddy didn't want to do. So you are going to help me, aren't you, Great Father Winter?
It shows her with a little mechanical squirrel.
Well, yes, fella, I will. Now, come on, Great Father Winter's gonna rescue your daddy. But first I gotta get us a ride. So, that's the deal, Metzen. Do you think you could help us and take us to the airfield? Metzen can fly on his own, but if he's gonna carry us too as well, we gotta be just a little lighter. Don't use too much dust, though. We'll fly away. Tinka, 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 tinka. Hang on tight, fella, because here we go.
And there's Metzen flying off with the two of them.
Look down there. That looks like the special toy.
And it's a gigantic, almost looks like the Iron Giant from the Disney movie, like a mega robo.
Daddy!
And the gnome is like tied up in between its legs, and there's a bunch of just dwarves with guns all around it in the airfield.
Stay back, kid.
Sink Heath, like, I don't know, it looks like he's throwing a little bomb or something.
Let old Great Father Winter do what he does best.
And he comes in Booty Bay Bruiser style.
Pow! Whoa!
Kick to the face.
Oof.
The gun's cocked.
Boom!
Punches the gun out of his hand. Spring! And it flies off. Because Metzen, and looks like he's coming in here, kicking him. And then he goes, yeah! He got kicked right in the butt right before he was about to shoot him.
Oh, what, Metzen? Don't you see I got my hands busy? Fella, no!
They're all circling the little baby gnome. And then you hear tinkle, sprinkle, tinkle, tinkle, tinkle. tinkle, tinkle, was sparkling. And then she threw like all of the pixie dust at him, the dust that was in his bag that let them fly. Just all these sound effects, and the dwarves are like, "What the? Help! I'm afraid of heights! I can't stop it!" They're all flying up in the air now.
Fella, you are one smart little girl. Squeak!
Robo Squirrel.
Your daddy will be so proud, so let's go tell him. Chris and Fella were able to quickly free the captives, all the gnome mechanics and pilots, and of course Professor Fizzlesprocket. He had quite a story for his rescuers. Fella, oh my little girl! Daddy! How can I thank you, Great Father Winter? Close enough. You can thank us by telling us what the fell happened and what this thing is. Of course. Well, it started 2 weeks ago. No. Who could it be at this time of night? Ah, Professor Fritz Fizzlesprocket. I've got a job for you to do. Agree, and pay you well. Give me any trouble. I'm sure we'd both hate to see anything happen to that cute little girl of yours. What? Don't you dare harm Fella. What do you want from me? It was a horrible thing they wanted me to do. A truly devious plan. It was several dark iron dwarves who were behind it. They wanted me to build a giant robot and put it in a Great Father Winter costume. The dwarf who played Great Father Winter, he was in on the plot as well. Great Father Winter would come to the airfield on Wintervale Eve, shortly before midnight. With a bit of reindeer dust, he'd be able to take my robot to Ironforge easily. What a great publicity stunt. A giant robot Great Father Winter coming to Ironforge to gather up the gifts for delivery to good boys and girls, except those gifts were more valuable than toys or treats. The Dark Iron Dwarfs had stolen priceless treasures from the vaults of the Explorers League and from the Royal Treasury itself. They had hidden the artifacts and jewels as ordinary presents under the Wintervale tree, presents that my creation would steal for them right under the noses of happy revelers. But thanks to you, that plan was foiled, and I can come back home to my daughter. This is the best Wintervale ever. Yeah, well, I'm glad it all worked out. The pilots tell me they can get you two home safe. See you around. I never did tell you what I did to get fired from my last job, did I, Metzen?
Oh, I just noticed, this is me being a complete ding-dong. I just noticed after all this time that Metzen is named after Chris Metzen. I'm just sometimes shockingly non-observant and perhaps definitely far less smart than I think I am. All these years, I'd never put that together.
I betrayed a client's confidence. He was looking for help with a hit. An innocent man and his family were gonna get killed. I just couldn't let that happen. Just like I could not help Fala and her dad tonight.
Metzen's licking him.
Oh, thanks, buddy. Thanks.
The little gnome comes, takes his hand with her and her robo squirrel.
Look, kid, listen. I'm not really Great Father Winter. I'm just Chris. Just a goblin. I know that. I knew it all along. What? You did? Of course. Everyone knows that Great Father Winter doesn't have ears like that. But you were able to save my daddy. Not even the real Great Father Winter could have done any better. Compassion and courage know no race, my friend. You may be just a goblin, but you've made a Fala and me believe again in the true spirit of Wintervale. We'd be honored if you'd join us for Wintervale Eve dinner. And so it was that Chris found himself sharing dinner with his new friends. And he himself, Chris the Goblin, carved the roast boar. The treasures were returned to their rightful owners, and the children had a wonderful Wintervale morning opening their presents. All the dwarves involved in the thefts were rounded up and arrested, and even Fizzle Sprocket's robot, originally created for an evil purpose, had an important job on this important day. Looky what he can do.
It shows him putting the star on the Christmas tree.
And they all lived happily ever after. We hope you've enjoyed this special edition of Smokywood Storytime. We here at Smokywood Pastures wish you and yours the happiest of Wintervale celebrations. Don't forget to pick up your gift baskets of delicious Smokywood Pastures treats. See you next time. And cut. Finally. Man, I hate this time of year.
Should we go to holographic recording for Smoky Time stories? Looked very, very good to me.
That's good nose. Think I'd keel over if I had to do that one more time. Night, everyone. Another Wintervale has come and gone. Thank goodness.
No, I can't. So this must be written after the fact because that was a Draenei. And here you have it's a sad-looking moon as he walks away and the wind blows around him. That's kind of it. It just shows it swirling. Almost, what's kind of neat though, artistically, it's almost making a Hearthstone signature. And it shows the Wintervale Eve night elves tucking a baby night elf in, giving it a teddy bear. Shows humans side by side with a tauren camping in the snow. Shows under the mistletoe people reveling, bosomy, clapping, and two night elves smoochy pooching. And the orcish party with a blood elf maybe in the background. So maybe this story actually, while it's appropriate for this Christmas time, was probably more Burning Crusade time when it was written. And some humans, maybe that's a human in the mix of it, just a mixed, all the races partying together. And in the distance, you have Great Father Winter appearing from all the imagery in the snow. And at the end it says, "May you be blessed with all the joys of the holiday season." Christy Golden and Carlos Olivares. And you can extend that from your boy GleeCon as well. I hope everyone has a wonderful night. I hope you have the best holiday available possible. I hope you get something that puts joy in your heart, that you have peace and all the comforts that this day can bring. That is the end of this, and that is another episode in the pipe, 5x5. See you all next time on Lore of Warcraft.